Good morning and welcome to the Eat What I Eat channel, the YouTube channel that gives you everything you need for vitamins, minerals, and everything that you need for your health. If you like what you see, go ahead and put a like down there, but more importantly, comment. Make this channel your own. Make this channel the comment where if you say something to us, we're going to answer you back live on the next episode. If we don't get your comment, make it again so that we'll see it. What we're going to do today, you can see it's kind of overcast today. It's nice lighting and stuff, I'm sure, but it's going to be raining soon, so we're going to go do this pretty quickly. What we've done is purchase some beets. We purchased some beets from the store that come like this, and I've soaked these for about 2 days, and I'm going to plant these and see if they come up. We prepared this planting area. You might remember that from before. Hey, there's a repurposed product, huh? We want to go ahead in a really heavily composted area, a heavily composted area. We're going to go ahead and put this down and see if it grows here. It's kind of an experiment. I don't feel comfortable eating these from the store. I don't know what they've been into, but if I put this beet down into the ground, you can see just in a couple of days where I had it growing in the water, you can see these shoots are coming out. And when these come up, I feel very comfortable eating those. So I put it down, the root down, and I'm going to fill in around it. But I forgot to do something, didn't I? I'm going to, in the natural honey, I'm going to put some natural honey on that root tip and give it some nutrition to start right out with. So I put it down into the ground and I'm going to bury around it. It's that easy. Now we're going to come back in a few days and we'll see what that looks like. You can see it's kind of wilted over. You can see it's sort of wilted over right now and not looking too good. We'll see how he does. It'd be really great if I could get him in this rain. So we're going to take another one. Exactly the same thing. You can see that just in the last day or so, it's come up with those little root sections. We're going to dip it in the honey, give it a little nutrition, natural honey that will make everything that that plant needs. Put it down into the ground. And in a few weeks or a few months, anyway, maybe these will come back. We don't know. We don't know if it's going to come back, but we're willing to find out. We want the food. This is food, not food products, so we have to go ahead and put the time in to get this. We got one more beet to go. You know, it's very interesting to me that the life of this beet is one continuous life. And somehow or other, when we put this in the water, in that bowl over there, when we put the water on this in the last couple of days, this grew up. Now you can say, well, yeah, that's how a plant works. You can see those forming there. But the life that went into beets is still there. These might not have formed, but for the fact that it was taken out of the ground. How does it do that? It doesn't have a brain, but the cells in there have consciousness, plans, and know what to do, I guess. Let's put that in the honey and give it the best shot that it can for life. There we go. We'll plant it in there kind of loosely. Not really interested in packing it down. And we're going to throw some water on the top of it. Now what else do we have here? In this section, I'm going to use the other plants that I bought the other day. It's the same idea. It's exactly the same idea. Oh, look at these. Aren't those great? When I put those in there a couple of days ago, they were like down to there. And these roots have all grown up. It's just been about 2 days. I bought them just over the weekend. So I'm going to dip a little honey on it, give it all the nutrients it needs, and plant in there. You know, there's probably animals out here that need something to eat. Maybe they like having onions. These are so-called spring onions. Now I want to show you the spring onions that I have in here already. So let's walk over here. These are spring onions, so-called spring onions. And you can see that these get really, really long. And they're in my garden, and I don't mind eating these. I don't want to eat these if they're made at the store. But I love to eat these, and just 1 or 2. You can see how beautiful those get. Just 1 or 2 of those. I can cut 1 or 2 of those off at the base, and I can have those in my salad. 1 or 2 of those are going to be enough for me. Right behind you over there, you see that I've planted already some cilantro that may or may not make it. It looks like it's having a little rough time in there. And some other spring onions. These spring onions were volunteers. They just grew up because they were there last year. Now just behind you, we've been watching the progress of these cabbages. Just behind you here, we've been following the progress of these cabbages, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3. And now this one is up. The cauliflower hasn't come up yet. This one is coming up already. They're loving this rain right now. And we did lose the one back there. I don't know if an animal got it or it just decided not to come up. Today we're going to add in this section, we're going to add some other cabbages. You can see this one is too recent. This one is too recent. It really hasn't formed roots yet. But this one, over the last couple of days, if you can see right there, if I can have Zach zoom in right there on this part of the plant, this plant is creating roots just by being in the ground, just being in the water in my house for a couple of days. Those are roots forming. So I'm going to plant these today. Now this is probably the best example that you're going to get today. This was a beet that I just simply cut the top off and put it down into the water. And you can see that out of the side it's grown this entire root system. It's grown this entire root system to just live on water. Isn't it amazing? Well, I probably wouldn't eat these if they came from the store. I'm not going to eat these type of greens from the store. I just don't trust them. They've been handled by people. They're thrown onto the counter when you buy them and stuff like that. Whatever. You know, I just wouldn't eat them. But here in my garden, I'll be able to cut these and eat these. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, you can see that I've got a little bit of work ahead for me, and the rain is starting to come down. The sound and light guy is saying, hey, you got to put it away. So we'll see you next time on the Eat What I Eat channel, where we'll take a review and you'll be able to see all this planted. Thanks again. Go ahead and make a comment. The comment is the most important thing you can do. And again, we honor the Black Panthers who said that food insecurity is oppression by the U.S. government, oppression of rich people coming in and oppressing the poor. To every poor person, have a beet.